armap.tv. We are now with Ros Cleevely from Byard Art in Cambridge. How do you select your artists in your gallery?
They're all professional artists that work full-time as artists, so we can justify who they are and what they are. A lot of them use mixed media. We like them because they use different textures and materials, and they're especially interesting because they're using unique ideas. If you look around this exhibition, there's nobody else doing any work like any of our artists, so people come to the stand and come to our gallery because they're very different from the usual sort of artists that just paint or so on like that.
Can you tell us something about one of the artists?
As we're standing in front of this piece, I'll tell you about these artists. It's a couple, a married couple, and they work together and live together, and she makes the felt balls, these little round balls that are all dyed, and so they slightly irregular in shape, and the colours sometimes vary, so if they do another piece it won't be quite the same as this. The colours will be slightly different even though it might be the same size. She, as I said, makes them and dyes them, and he then constructs the whole thing and puts it together. And because they have two young children, these are absolutely child-proof. You can't pull the balls away from the piece. They test it out on their own kids.
What's their names?
I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you. It's Lee Hewitt and Ruth Waller, and they work as a couple, and they're called Waller and Hewitt, and the actual pieces, the generic name is Pollywobble, which is a sort of fun thing because they wobble and move.
What can you tell us about Elisabeth Lecour?
Elisabeth Lecour is somebody we have worked with for a number of years, probably 5 or 6 years. She's a French artist, and she studied in Paris and then came to London and worked at the Royal College of Art and did her master's there, and that is sort of the place to work and study in London. She still lives in London, and she has used maps to represent who you are and where you're from, and they're also protective, like a shell of a snail or a crustacean. She has great attention to detail. In the top she puts her name with a name tag, and she also embosses her name on the bottom corner. In this piece, which she's done specially for here, which is an Italian map, she's put some gold leaf on it, and this is a new theme that she's developing now, which sort of enriches the whole picture. And she's always changing her designs of the maps that she's using and how she makes the shirts and the styles of the dresses. They're very charming, but they're also quite interesting and sort of intellectual pieces that are not just fun.
What are your future projects then?
We have a gallery which is open 7 days a week in Cambridge, and we have a running programme of solo shows and themed shows. We also will be going to New York later on in the year, possibly Stockholm, and definitely Singapore again. So, and Italy hopefully next year if lots of people come here and buy lots of this artwork. We like travelling with our artists as well as doing our regular exhibition programme. We're based in the centre of Cambridge, right in the city, so people come and see us from all over the world, and we enjoy talking to them and showing them all the work that we have.